guys, tonight's guest is the master of incredible verbiage, and she's also going to lay out how she created one of the highest incomes ever first year Isogenics. And so I want you to send out some messages to some friends if they say like, gosh, I just don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. I really think I could do something huge with this. If only someone gave me a plan, if only I could really talk to someone who earned multiple six figures in their first year, I could do something big. Maybe I could make $500 a month. I'd love being excited about that. If only I knew what to say to people. Guys, this is the master of verbiage. You don't want people to miss it. Honestly, when people say they listen to the recording, I almost never believe them, if I'm being candid with you. I think a lot of times I don't listen to the recording. If I'm being fully candid, a lot of times I'm like, oh, I have good intentions. So get people on live, especially if you like them. If you like them a lot, you want to make sure they're on here. So pop them a message. And I will tell you with that, I hope we have some of the rock stars on, because what a week it was last week. A lot of people had big things happening. You've got holiday times, but this gang makes no excuses. I'm going to read you some lists of some people. And I'll tell you what, some of the people on this list, Dreamers and Team Win, I was in Mexico with them and they're on this list. And I just want to say, like, you make no excuses. You're impressive. I want to start out by saying that. So the recognition for the week that ended December 11th, and from the Dreamers in Action team, new rank advancements, consultant Margie Dahl, team enrollers Margie Dahl, Natalie Randall, Laura Laurie, Tawny, Amber Cook. Laura Laurie and Amber Cook were definitely both in Tulum. Sam Sadler. So making no excuses, traveling, making big for I think for both of them, that was decent. That was a decent amount of travel, just making it happen. So impressive week. No excuses. I love it. From Team Win, new rank advancements, Crystal Managers, Aris Farmer, and Courtney Wellman. Neither make excuses. We had a massive rank advancement. Stephanie Swan is on the move, just hit 1 star and crushed it, had a whole bunch of stuff happening last week, and it's just really making things happen. Top enrollers, I want to recognize this person because she literally just got started, and Cheyenne Hodge out of Texas came on through Janelle Rogers, and she's moving and shaking. This girl went from skeptic, I don't know if I'm going to do it, to get out of the way, had me on a Zoom call, has a whole bunch of other people to get rocking. I'm so impressed with her. Cheyenne, way to go. 4 enrollments, Georgia Schlee, another Texan. Michelle Stanton, absolutely lighting it up. Michelle Stanton, I want a big honor, because not only did she have a birthday in Tulum, she has had so much going on, and she rocks the ever-loving world. Happy birthday to Michelle and her twin sister, Donnell. 3 enrollments, another person who was in Tulum, Holly Kirsch, Stephanie Swan, not only 3 enrollments, but also the 1 star, Carol Klepser, Courtney Ben, Sean Chance, and Katie Martin, just making things happen. So without further ado, I just want to just honor all of you, each of you. Continue to show up, people that are OGs on these teams and people who are brand new. Way to go. It's so impressive. Now, without further ado, I want to bring on Brandy Brokaw. A lot of people that meet Brandy are super impressed with her. But what I want to say is that not only does she impress her peers, all of us, people that just have watched Brandy the business, but yesterday, 2 of my oldest daughters were in Tulum with Brandy. And I just want to honor the fact that my 16 and 14-year-olds walked away and were just like, Mom, Brandy Brokaw is so impressive. Like, they want to be you when they grow up. And you guys, I think you're going to feel the exact same way. So Brandy and Jeff Brokaw have made things happen. They've set records, and they are just getting started, and you'll feel that. And so Brandy, let me get you to unmute and just come on board. So I want to honor that they haven't even been in the company for 2 years. And so the first thing you should know is just a little bit of background. They're 5-star golden circles. They have how many executives? 13, I think. 13 Crystal executives on their team. So I want to give a disclaimer though, because you're going to look at both of them and you're going to go, stop it. Could I ever do this? And I want you to hear their stories though, that number one, Brandy is not brand new to this industry by any means. She's cut her teeth. She's learned a skill set. I don't know that I've ever met anyone more committed to learning. She came out of this team and I thought, this is such a good opportunity for me to learn from a seasoned network marketer. And I will tell you that they both show up in a way that it's like she pretended she knew nothing. And she said, I'll do whatever you tell me. And so I just want you to note this. If you're taking notes, I want you to know the kind of people we're looking for are people who are unbelievably coachable and lifelong learners. She used to tell me, I'm listening to your recorded calls over and over again so I can memorize your verbiage. This is a woman who made multiple six figures in her first year in ICGX, and she wants to listen to my verbiage. Meanwhile, I'm taking notes on anything she says. It's pure gold. But one thing I noticed is that I have a really quirky way of saying things. Like I'll say, oh my gosh, this collagen is bananas. Well, next thing I know, I'm talking to Brandy and she's saying back to me, she goes, oh my gosh, girl, it's bananas. That's how coachable that she is, that even quirky language, she's picking it up. And so I just want to, first, I want to honor her. But as you're listening to her, I want you to keep in mind, this woman has been a student of this industry. But Brandy, I want you to just give people a little sense of your story before we jump into the language, the verbiage, how do you jump out of the block like you did? Give people a little bit of your story, if you don't mind, just how you came into this industry.
Well, I'm laughing over here. I'm trying to unmute myself because I'm cracking up. I mean, when you hear Jessica talk and, and she does, it's like bananas. And it's funny because somebody said, Brandy, I've copied you. I picked up that word bananas. I'm like, sister, originality conceals the source, but truly I always give you the credit, Jess. Like you truly are a queen of verbiage. And I think that's funny because you're giving me that title, yet I truly did come in, you guys, with an open heart and an open mind to be so coachable and to forget everything that I ever have learned in this business. Because like Jess said, I mean, I started this, you guys, when 20 years ago, literally, and with a self-esteem of a peanut on a high heel shoe. Anybody? Like, you're like, how am I going to do this? I don't even know what the heck I'm doing. My mom told me she didn't even enroll me in Girl Scouts because, she was like, you're going to be a bother. We're not going to go ask people to buy stuff. And then, I don't know. I can tell you guys this, right? I didn't even realize that I was in that condition or in that position of not believing in myself until I was challenged with, giving network marketing a try. Somebody said they believed in me. They saw something to me and they just wanted me to join their team. And I think, at that point I was like, you don't understand. Like you keep asking me this and I'm going to prove to you how horrible I am. I mean, but I really don't, believe in me. I just don't believe I can do it, and it was that moment. And I just speak to everybody, you guys, that has a team, or maybe you're that person that don't believe in yourself yet. Don't give up. Like, hang on. Just trust the process. If somebody asks you to take a look at this, it's because they believe in you. They see something in you. And, so I was working full-time, had a full-time family, full-time, all the things. My marriage at the time was literally, in hell, like, honestly. So you can do this in all kinds of, seasons of your life. And you can truly decide that, hey, listen, I might as well just trust in me. And so, that's what happened, Jess. Like, I ended up saying yes. And I was telling Eric and them in Tulum, Ann and I were talking about, like, the first time I ever, I was just a great student. I just watched and I listened and I just absorbed everything. And I can remember the first time that my sponsor in my first company was like, I watched her do it. And then she threw me out of the nest, if you will, by not showing up, because we had this thing going where I would do all the things and set it all up. And then, 5 minutes in, she would come in and all the people would be there and she'd do her spiel. And I was like, whoop, we were making money. I was like, this is great. Well, the one time I saw Erica, and I was like, oh my gosh, the one time that she knew that I was ready, but I kept thinking I wasn't. And I remember we had like 5 minutes to go and she's not there yet. And I could remember the time, you guys, where I thought I was going to kill her for Jesus, because here's what happened. All right, y'all, she literally wasn't there. And I'm calling her. I'm like, hey, where are you at? She's like, well, how many people are there? And I'm looking and the room is full. It's like, I said, it's like 17 people here. She's like, perfect. This will be a great time to let you know, Brandy, that I'm not coming. I said, Y'all, I'm telling you, my pits began to sweat. I was freaking out. I was so upset. I was literally I hated her at that moment. That's a strong word. I never encouraged to use that word, but I was so mad. I literally said curse words. I was telling Eric and them, I backed up. And if the room wasn't full of people, I was like, you just wait till I get here. When I get done with this and I'm terrible at this, you just wait. I'm going to come find you. I know where you live and you never do this to me. I cannot believe you guys. I was so insecure, but yet I was ready and she knew it. And so, we cannot just, I guess here's my point, right? I turned around and that night I ended up I don't even know how, the grace of God. I just remembered because it was already on the inside of me. I watched it over and over and duplicated and saw it and whatever. But the time my turn, literally walked away selling $3,000 of inventory to 17 people. And at the end of the day, I was like, I left there on such a high, like so excited. When I called her back, she was like, hello, like she was scared. And I was like, this is amazing. Thank you so much. This was unbelievable. Wow. And just here's the point. Here's the point, you guys. You're ready. You got to trust your leader, trust the people that believe in you. And so my story started just like absolutely just learning how to trust in me based on the people who believed in me first, right? So that was really huge. And I had lots of success. I moved really quick and just, went through a lot of stuff and, God had me lay that down. Then I went into the industry again. I had a lot of success. And then unfortunately I walked away and, just heartbroken in the industry and just like never wanting to ever do it again. And then Isagenix found me. I believe Isagenix finds us. I really believe that. And I was looking for a good collagen. And then you guys, the rest is history. When I met Jess and, Daniela made that connection, it was just like, I was open to hear it, but there was just this comp plan was so unbelievable to me. And that was what really just kept me up at night thinking, what in the world?
I want to put a pin in that for 1 second, because I want people to hear a couple things about this story. So one thing, honoring humongously Daniela Barrett. If you have never heard Brandy's story, Daniela Barrett gets introduced to Brandy Brokaw and learns that Brandy had been just a legendary network marketer who'd exited the industry many years before. And so she did something really smart. And I want to honor Danielle. It was a very smart thing to do. She said, Brandy, I want to introduce you to someone who is somewhat a great friend of mine, who I think incredible women should know each other. I'd love you two to chat. And Brandy said, I'll never do network marketing. And so Danielle called me. She said, would you mind talking to Brandy? So what she did, guys, note this. This is so essential. Janelle Rogers can tell you. Erica Rothenberger can absolutely tell you. Connecting your prospect, even if they're like a no, to someone else on the team. Let them hear from a Lauren Frierson, a Michelle Stanton, a Colleen Keaveney. Let them hear from a third party that's not you. And almost always they hear it totally differently. And so Daniela said, I'm going to make this connection. And I remember where I was standing when I had this conversation with Brandy. It made a big impression on me. And I want to tell you that this is an important thing to note, because you may have someone that you're like, they're never going to do it. Guys, I got off the phone with Brandy Brokaw, who became a legend in this company in her first year. And you know what I said? I said, Daniela, you were right. She's an incredible woman. You were also right. She'll never do Isagenix. No way. She's a no. She was very clear. I'll be a good customer. I'm never doing this business again. I've been let down by this industry. Never again. So I get off the phone and I think, wow, if she ever changes her mind, she'd be awesome. But guys, people say I'm decent at casting a vision for people. And I got off the phone thinking it was a no. So what is the lesson here? The lesson is never give up. Like the right people, like Brandy's saying, Isagenix finds the right people at the right time. Okay. And so Brandy, forgive me for interrupting you, but I want people to hear that.
Yeah, no. And here's the thing, you guys, like she's right about the connection, the PVC, it's all the things, right? But here's the truth. Once you get an experience, I mean, I heard Jessica, I got connected and it was already a seed planted. So I was grateful because at that time, you know, I was looking for a collagen. And when I saw this and then I get connected to it and I had the experience on it, it was no doubt that it worked. So the product did the work, the heavy lifting. And then it started to shift my mentality, because when Danielle was like, hey, if you know two people, you know, you can get $150 back. I was like, okay, well, that's never going to happen. I told her straight up, you know, I'm happy to pay for my own. I'll never do that part. I don't want to just totally lead you on. I'm not trying to do that. But then, okay, everybody say, but right at the end of the day, I had two friends, and right away, I mean, I just already placed my first order, but naturally, I just started sharing with them what I found. I was like, y'all, I don't know. We were talking about getting our sexy back. And, you know, one of my friends had a double lung transplant, and she had ordered some collagen and it tasted like terrible poo. And, you know, the other one, you know, she had already been on a powder collagen for 8 months. But I was showing her the pictures. You guys, the pictures do the work every single time. I do not even deviate to this moment from doing what I didn't even know was the system, the PVC. I was showing the pictures before I knew doing that was the right way to do things, because it just made sense. It made an impact on me. So I decided to duplicate that, showing my girlfriends, hey, listen, I'm going to get my sexy back. Well, right away, they were like, you know what? Like, I want to try that. Mine isn't getting those kinds of results. I was like, wait a minute, I'm not dumb. Let me call this girl back and let me get, instead of giving her her link, you know, let me get my link. It was only $29 a year. I was blown away at that. So, you know, yeah.
I'm going to keep interrupting you just only because I wanted just people to, because there's a formula to this. There's a lot of things about it that I don't want us to miss. So getting people to grab two people is very compelling. When people are loving these products, and then $150 or $300, depending on what they're sharing, drops into their bank account, and they go, I'm loving this stuff, and $150 just showed up. So Brandy, who had made great money in the industry in the past, was impressed by the $150. So wait a second, this is amazing. So when people get started, your foregone conclusion, your presumption should be that everyone knows two people with skin or who eat that are willing to try something that is no risk, money back guarantee. You immediately want everyone. Okay, you're coming on because you want to get rid of crow's feet. Great. Who do you know that'll try this with you? It works amazingly well, but it works even better when it's free. I don't want you paying for it. Pay for your first order, and then I want you to get it for free for life. Everyone, we all get it for free. Don't pay for your product. Guys, through this, if you have a pen and paper, we're going to just drop language that we both use. And we talked about going back and forth just with some role playing. I remember Janie Elo saying to me, don't pay for your product. None of us pay for our product. I'm sorry, but after you hear that, do you want to pay for your product if nobody else is paying? Wait, how do I get mine for free? Grab two people that'll try it with you. It's money back guarantee. Try it together. To ask your friends, are you using a great collagen? Are you up for leaning out with me? Are you up for feeling this amazing energy? These people are all raving about how they're feeling. They feel like they've turned the lights on. So, okay. So Brandy, so you get these two people and then you make a decision.
Well, and I think the thing is really just backing up, you guys. Like for me, when I asked the question, I was like, wait, it's only $29 a year. But remember, Daniela did something really well. And I want you guys to pick up on this. Even though I told her, no, thanks, I'll never do it, I'll just be a good customer, she planted the seed. She said to me, listen, and that may be fine, and that may be true, and that's okay. She said, however, if ever you find two, let me know and I can show you how to grab a link and you can share it with them and you can get $150 back. So get this, whenever that happened, and my two girlfriends, like I said, I'm not crazy. I called her back. I was like, okay, what do I do to get that link? And she was like, $29 a year. I was like, wait, what? My girlfriends were listening. All right. They watched and duplicated, and the duplication of what we do here is powerful, because right in that event, right, what happened was I had still decided I wasn't going to do it, but at least if I got my two people back or my money, you know, somewhat back, then I was really happy about that. And I was going to just stop there at two. And then guess what? They saw what I did. I had that conversation. I'm like, look, this is crazy. I can grab a link for $29 a year. You both can have it. And I'm going to get some of my money paid back. This is going to taste better, you know, at a discount. Right. So they grabbed the link, and guess what? Without even knowing, they were doing the same thing. They said, wow, we can do the same thing. And it wasn't until I saw the next week, you guys, that I got the money back. But when I saw the proof of becoming that core rank. 2 people that grab 2 people and you make $600 with this company. I didn't even know at that point that that was the thing, but I saw it in living proof. And I thought to myself, I know a lot of people in other companies and they don't make that kind of money. Okay. It takes them a long time. And guess what? It's the duplication of what we're going to talk about tonight. How if you understand the power of 2 by 2 by 2, that truly it keeps everything simple. I grab 2, they grab 2. You guys, you know this if you've been here a long time, but when you can simplify it for people and you can keep this simple system and then you make the decision. Right. It wasn't until right after that, I'm like, okay, Jess, I think something's wrong. Like, I don't know why I got this money. We should probably look at returning it because they're probably going to call me back and tell me whatever. And that's when she said, look, I think you might, want to look at this again. The top level of this is 10 people with 2, and I could show you how that works. If you just didn't know anything but that, you guys, that showing some pictures, sharing a video, planting that baby seed, it changed everything. It took me from saying no several times to becoming a believer, watching the product work. And I'm sure we can all agree, when the product works, what do? We tell people. Then we're even more passionate when we see it work for them. Then we get even more excited when they can do what we did, right? When I can grab 2 people and then they can grab 2 people, they're making that same money, right? And then it just starts a massive momentum that is of simple duplication. And that is what I'm telling y'all, it's rare, it's not out there, and it builds a community that creates currency. It will pay you to learn that very simple step. If you never learned anything else, if you're not sure about all the other ways, the main thing is getting that knowledge that you're just like, hey, I don't know. Dumb it down. I told people all the time, listen, I don't know, but I know you didn't meet this lady. I know one thing. It is absolutely bananas, the kind of money that she's making. And I know right now we can all agree that we can share a couple videos and show some photos, get somebody in this Facebook community, let them see, and then just make it just like that. And then just say, and wow, we all get paid. This is amazing. So just that is, if we just really look at what's happening here, first, it's the power of belief. It's the power of you, the professional, me, the professional in my business, deciding to posture myself like the professional. If you think about NBA, if you think about the, NFL, what do? They recruit, right? Or they prospect and they're looking for the right people. The number one thing is learning that these things are skills. I didn't know how to do that getting started 20 years ago. But I'm good at it today because I've had skin in the game, because I've shown up and I've been a part of almost every time. My number one goal, and I give this to everybody, is you don't worry about selling anything. Don't worry about being perfect. Just show up. If you tune into stuff like this, stuff will start going from your head to your heart. Then you're going to be like, oh my gosh, when you hear the testimonies, when you understand that the power of 2 people, in ancient scripture, it says if 2 or 3 agree on a common purpose, nothing is impossible. I can tell you right now, every time I'm casting the vision for people, it's just the simple duplication of, man, you know what? This works. And what's more powerful is when you share it with a couple people, literally everyone gets paid and everyone benefits. And it's changing people inside out. It's changing them in their health. It's changing them in their wealth. I don't know, but take a look at this. So it's that simple skill that begins to grow as you plug in, Jess. And I think that's
I want to build on this because we're talking you have some great things here, but I want to build back to, you came in and then you're like, wait a second, I got this. And so you have never, guys, if you don't know Brandy's story, to this day, she has never made a single post on social media. So you earn $300,000 in year 1 without social media. And so listen, you may be a huge builder on social media. I built through social media in my early days. I know Erica builds a lot through social media. Ann and Holly have incredible social media presences. Here's to tell you, whether you have somebody who's like, I'm just not on social media, I don't want to post, it's possible. There's a lot of ways to build an incredible business here. So Brandy, you didn't do social media. So people want to know, what did you do?
So you guys, I mean, seriously, like it's crazy to me because and here's the thing, other people will relate to this and you can use my story. You can, connect people with me who hasn't done this, but I just am super intentional. I went and thought about, Jess told me, Brandy, go think about the 10 people that you love the most in your life. And everybody knows two people, and two by two, it'll just start growing and duplicating and compounding. And I was like, okay. So I intentionally went and I sat and I was like, okay, God, who are these 10 people that, you know what, they will kill me if I don't call them first? That I need to put this in front of and let them know what I found, because I have decided, with or without them, they can be a customer, get a spot, but I am going to do this, you guys. And so I'm telling you what, I did that. I intentionally went and I created the list and I picked up the 10,000-pound phone, that some of us, that's a skill that you'll get over in time. But having that intentional phone call that just says, look, I don't know, but I know you have to check out what I got my hands on, because this stuff is amazing. It is absolutely going to be a matter of time before you hear it from somebody else. And I want to tell you first, because I love you the most and you are not going to believe. And look, matter of fact, right now, I'm going to send you a couple photos. You got to check this stuff out. Do you use collagen? And I would just say, you got to know about this, because not only am I going all in because I believe in the product, but I'm also telling you, I've never, and I repeat, never seen anything that will pay a team of people the way that this is. And I have met a lady, and matter of fact, I would love to introduce you to her. Her name is Jessica. She was a comp plan expert for Citibank. And you know what? All I know is I don't even know, but when I figure this out, I'm going to be dangerous, and I'm just following on her coattails. And I'd love you to hear her story. And you know what I did? Oh yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to formalize what you're doing. So there's an unbelievable energy, certainty, and excitement. Do you guys believe, like, she's saying it in such an excited way? Don't you feel excited? Even if you already know what she's talking about, don't you feel excited? She's calling you first. She needs you to hear about it. She doesn't want you to miss out. You're going to hear about it from other people. She's telling you before she goes, blows it up on social media. And even if you've been here for 9 years, you could literally call someone and say, before I really blow this up on social media, I had to call you and make sure that I get you a position if you want it. We're about to go next level.
I think the thing is that was one of the things that I did, always tell people on the list, that before I go tell anybody else, or before I go put this on social media, or before you find out from anyone else, I need you to hear this from me, because I love you. You're a people person. You would absolutely be a game changer with, let's link arms at this. You know what? I know we've done things together, but we've been in competition. This can create collaboration and pay us absolutely together, and what we've been able to do in other things, right? Or whatever. Listen, I just was super intentional. And then I would tell people, and they would, it depend. I mean, of course, I got no's, and I got, Brandy, what are you, what now, or whatever. And at the end of the day, I didn't care. It did not move me. I was like, listen, hear me now, believe me later. I'm gonna have to back the bus up, but I'll come back and I'll, ask you again. But I would rather you get in a position now, because here's the beautiful part of this. As a customer, you get a position, and everything I do, or everything Jessica does, we're gonna all work together. And it's a beautiful comp plan. Take 2 minutes. Like, what this lady told me was that if you just grab 2 people, you can at least get some of your product paid for. And then 10 people that know 2 people is the tippy top level of this company. And so I said that with such certainty. And then I made the introduction, and I would tell Jess, I would get them on Facebook Messenger, and I would connect them. And I would just say, Jess, you got to meet my friend Pam. Oh my gosh, you are going to love her. Or I would say, you got to meet Holly. She's a boutique owner. She's everything. You need to know about her and her best friend. And I would just absolutely honor that person, because A1, I always speak from a place of real. I'm always going to pick certain points out about people, and I'm going to hone in on that. And I really do believe that translates in authentic, vision. And I tell people all the time, I'm like, listen, it's not who you know now, it's who you haven't met yet. And that's how this thing grows. And I tell people, at least get a spot, because right now it's bigger and getting better and just more unbelievable, you guys. And so that is what we're leaning into 2023. It's about skills. It's about certainty. It's about intentionality. What have we been able to do this first year, and now stepping into year 2? I am just looking at beating my best every day, every week. What am I doing? right? Is cultivating the skills and staying consistent. Do I have my bad days where I want to, blow up my computer? Yes. Or blow up, people's homes that don't get it yet? Yes. But at the end of the day, I love people where they at. I hold a spot at the table and I let them know, because sometimes you guys, in this specifically, I tell people it's not a marathon. I mean, it's not a sprint. I'm not trying to beat anyone to the finish line. It is a marathon. Now, I do tell people, but if you have the gas in the gas tank to at least sprint your first 6 months, right? But they have extra bonuses and benefits that we can grab, and I will help you. I'm all in. And then if you need to slow down, great, it's fine. But stay consistent. Stay always showing up. Stay always, just affirming yourself day after day, because people are going to poo-poo on your dreams. They're not going to see what you see. They're not going to hear what you hear. They're not going to believe what you believe, because you know what? Other people are out there talking and chattering in their ears, telling about this is a pyramid, this is a thing, this is a scheme. And just like Chelsea said when she spoke to us, right? This is not like anything else out there. This is not you guys, today, I'm actually speaking at an event or like a network thing for someone on our team on Wednesday. So they called me today and they're like, hey, can we get a bio and, some pictures and whatever. And so I said, sure. So I sent over a bio and I just let them know. I'm like, look, after being so disappointed in network marketing and, the direct sales industry, being so let down, after finding this one game-changing product, everything shifted, everything moved. And guess what? I was seeing inside out results, and we are taking and we are exposing it to the people in our community. And we are excited about getting in front of the right people. And now forever and ever, my belief has changed in what this product has been able to do for people, but also what this company provides. And I believe nobody has ever seen, and my hope has been restored. I'm not kidding. The lady is in a different company. She's in like Juice Plus or something. And she texted me back and she was like, wow. She's like, that is so impressive. Like, I want to know more about this. I have a side gig in Juice Plus, but this is really getting me moved, and I'm like, perfect. I'll see you on Wednesday. Let's chat. I can't wait to get to meet you. You guys, there's people all around that just want a little bit of hope. Become the hope dealer for people around you. Get so clear on your goal that it doesn't matter if you don't hit your goal this week, this month. I had somebody tell me, Jessica, the other day, they're like, listen, I'm going to give this 1 year. And if it doesn't work, I'm going to quit. How's that? Okay. Now they've been in about a year. They've done well, but they said to me, I said, what? They think their business is declining. I said, so, okay. So I said to her, I said, can I ask you a question? And she said, yes. I said, so you think your business is declining and you're going to give yourself 1 year or you're going to quit? And she said, yeah. And I said, well, how long do you think you're going to take the collagen? This collagen? She said, oh, I'll always take it. I said, okay. And I said, so here's what I'll tell you. Do you know what your business looked like a year ago? Do you know what your business looked like 6 months ago? Do you know what your business looks like today? And she's like, oh yeah, I've had I was a director and then I lost a couple people and then this happened. And I'm like, I said, so you're thinking that your business is failing because you lost a couple people, some come in, some come out. I said, do you know, after looking at your business, that you have thousands of people underneath you after 1 year? Actually, your business is growing. I just think what we have to look at is a perspective shift. So I said to her, I said, if you already plan on quitting in a year, quit now. I said, but understand this. Your business is only getting bigger. If you have a spot, you guys, if you're a customer and the only people that aren't winning right now is if you're listening to this and you're not a customer. And hopefully when you get off of this, hurry up and place an order and get a spot. Because at the end of the day, what's happening is the moment we become a customer, everything is in full growth mode, especially in Team Win, especially with this leadership, especially with people who are surrounded that care and that want you to win. Do not ever quit. Don't set yourself or your mind mindset up that you're going to quit or give yourself a year and then it's not working out. No, it's only going to get better in a year. I told her, I said, and then guess what? She said, well, you're actually right. I literally showed her proof of how her business has grown in 1 year. You guys, sometimes we need accountability that goes, wake up, Weezy. This ain't getting bad. This is getting better. At the end of the day, like what's happening is there's so many dangling carrots out there that we can look at and we can, harp on or whatever. But the truth is you got to stay consistent. The truth is the longer you're on this product, you're going to be the Jimmy Smith aging backwards. Now tell me one person that that doesn't want to age backwards and stay sexy forever. Everybody does. So at the end of the day, people just don't know what they don't know. And they think, oh, if I follow this crowd over here, I'm like, I'm not leaving. I'm not going anywhere. The whole thing can shut down. Like everybody can quit tomorrow, but guess what? I'm still going to be looking for my next best, person, because I know they're out there. I know people are hungry more today than ever. And I can tell you right now, we were just all on vacation in Tulum, and I was like prospecting everywhere I'm going. And because I was watching people and connecting and building relationships and talking to people, getting to know them. And just without even realizing I'm doing it, you guys, like Jeff and I are going up to meet everybody to take a picture, and we jump in a golf cart, and there's this beautiful couple in this golf cart, y'all. And I'm like, hey, where are y'all? Y'all ready to go take the picture? I'm just thinking they're with Isogenics because they're beautiful, they're stunning. And they're like, no. I said, oh, I was like, are y'all with Isogenics? And they're like, no. I said, what? I mean, you guys are phenomenal. Like everybody here is literally blow my mind gorgeous. And I just thought, sorry. I was like, well, tell me, what are y'all here for? You guys, they were actually shopping around for wedding venues. Okay, here's the thing. I was like, man, they were just getting married and they were a great looking couple. So, we were just like, got to know them. We get off the golf cart and Jeff's like, I'm surprised you didn't get their number. And I said, babe, I'm gonna get their number. Hold on. I'm going to give it 3 times. I've already determined, like, I'm not just there's times that I'll just jump out there and make that connection and grab that number. But there's times also that I'm going to layer, and you'll get that skill down through knowing how to do this, you guys, by using just your gut. We all have intuition. So time 2 comes by, we're all going out to eat or at the restaurant, and they're coming out of the restaurant. And I said to them, I was like, hey guys, I was like, how was the food? What should we eat? Making that connection. They stop, they tell us, and Jeff's looking at me, he's like, yep, that's 2 done. So then the next day, we're going up and we're all fixing to go out to the gym in Tulum or whatever. And so I'm waiting there. And all of a sudden, who pops out? This gorgeous, amazing couple. And what happens? I'm like, here we are, time 3. This is my sign. I'm jumping out. So I turned around and I walked up and I said, you know what? I just cannot ignore the fact that this might be meant to be. You guys are absolutely stunning. And I am building a dream team in 2023 of customers and also, business partners all over the globe. And I said, and I just see us like literally like you guys a part of the picture here. I don't know if that's anything that you guys would ever take a peek at. And I said, but I would love to get your information if you're cool with that. And they were like, oh, and she was like, yes. I was like, tell me what you do. She's a blogger. And no, actually what happened was I'm like, well, let's get connected. And so I said, I don't really do social media a lot. I said, which I know I'm kind of like not up with the times. And I said, but but that's okay. I said, maybe we can get connected on social media. And her guy looks at me and he goes, well, she's kind of good at it. And so I'm looking, you guys, she's a Kansas City Chiefs, is it Chiefs? Cheerleader. And he is a real estate mogul, something. They live in Miami. She's from Nebraska. He's from Arizona. They're moving to Dallas. So we're picking up, well, here comes Holly Kirsch. Here she comes. And so Holly Kirsch has always got her, self in hot pink and, always ready to go play pickleball. And, she's always with a smile in her Isogenics cup and she's walking up. I'm like, Holly, come meet my people. I'm already declaring they're my people. So I'm like, Holly, come meet my people. So she comes over, introduce them. And then here comes fabulous Ann. She's like, oh, here she comes, all just gorgeous and put together. And I'm like, Ann. And then I'm like, Lindsay and Daniel are coming up. So I'm like, well, y'all come meet my people. And so I'm introducing. Why do I tell you this? because this community, that connection piece is everything. Then I'm like, Jess, I see Jess, and I'm pulling them all over there. And I'm just like, here, talk to them, introduce yourself. Y'all, they were so fascinated by who we are as a company, as a team of people, that they were just like, she's already texted me back. She's like, hey, listen, I'm so excited. I've been praying for an opportunity. I work from home. You guys, literally, we have the cookie. This is your season. This is your time to get confident, to really build your confidence and to tell your story. And if you don't have a story, tell someone else's story. That is the power in, what we have available to us. Is the stories are what move people. The facts, when I show pictures and I'm like, this is my friend, and they, her husband, 30 days inflammation, look at this. And they're like, wow, it's transformative. You guys, and it helps people really, really believe, and because they see it and they feel your conviction. And every single time that I share this opportunity, I get better and better, because I get more and more sure. I get more and more certain that I am helping people and making an impact and making an income. And I can tell y'all right now, and just this team, this company, I look at the people that I have gotten to truly get to know, that I would have never known. Daniel, Lindsay Crouch, Erica Rothenberger. I look at your faces, all of you guys, Joanna on here. I mean, Colleen, you guys, Kim Malmstrom. I'm like, this chick, she just keeps aging backwards, and I'm like, this is my friend Kim. Look at her. She looks amazing. And so the point is that we have a 3 simple step system. The point is, get the skills. The point is, show up. It's worth it. The juice is worth the squeeze. When you are working with a community of people that we all get each other's income week over week, right? Volume and all the things. Listen, be coachable, be accountable. I'll tell you what, when you get accountable and you look to the person on the right of your screen and to the left of the screen and you learn their story, and then you go and get in the mirror and you actually practice your story, your elevator pitch, to the point where it's a minute or 30 seconds, where literally you can have it down and you can push play and you can share it with people. And then I have Ann White's testimony in a 30-second, clip, or a minute or less clip. I have Joanna's clip and I have her testimony. You know what? Then we're able to share each other's little bitty clips of what this has done to change their life in a video form. Okay, that people can relate to. And maybe they can't relate to your story, but they're going to relate, to Frank's story, right? So we got to understand that this is not like your regular job. I call it the journey of the broke. At the end of the day, you can only do so much with, formal education and all those things. But when you learn the skill of this industry, you can truly have empire income that you can do whatever you want. And I look at this like, truly give yourself don't say you're going to do this for 1 year. Don't let other people determine your success. Don't look at other shiny objects out there and divert your attention. Focus here and it'll pay you big time. It will pay you a lot. So I know there's
one of the things that I think, besides the fact that Brandy's excitement draws you in, I think one of the things that's magnetic is people just being excited enough to not have all the answers. And you've always been like that, Brandy, where you're like, I don't know, but I can find out. But even better, I'm going to connect you with someone who can help. And so it hurts my feelings a little bit when people feel like, oh my gosh, I can't share this until I learn the compensation plan. So I just want to explain this to you. Here are 2 women who I could have explained. Brandy was in this industry. I was a compensation plan expert. I could have explained the comp plan to her, right? Ashley DeChico could have jumped on Zoom after Zoom to try to explain it. And we weren't going to let Brandy share it till she understood it. There was no reason to do it. In fact, sometimes when you know too much, you become unduplicatable. People go, oh my gosh, you told me so much, I could never do what you do. But Brandy did. If you hear what she said, what you need to know about this compensation plan is that people need to grab 2 people when they start. Make that just seem like this is what we do. It's our standard. And a few people that say, hey, I want to do this at a high level, the soundbite that you need to know is that the highest rank in this company is 10 people who want to try the product who know 2 people. That's what you need to know. Do you need to know the nuances of all of this? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't want you to. It will hold you back and it will keep you stuck. You will make way more money if you let the tools do the talking. And so that's what I just want to tell you. You don't have to learn about collagen. You don't have to become like basically the knowledge of an esthetician or a nutritionist to be able to share it. In fact, even if I know the answers, guys, I go, cool, let me Google it and I'll send you a link to ISA FYI or isagenicshealth.net. I'll send you an article. I'll send you a video from Dr. Joshua Plant, our Chief Science Officer. Why? Because I don't want people to think they can't do what I do.
And just, can I just say, I mean, I just want to say, you guys, people are hungry more today than ever for connection and community. For a while, you know, I was doing home events, and I love home events because I love getting to know people. And so just recently we've started to do that again and open up our home. You guys, I had a confirmation of one person coming and I still acted like we were going to have 100 people in the room. I treated that person like, you know what, there was 1,000 people in the room, and I gave them just such love, and I just let them know. And listen, by the way, my one person that I met, I was in Home Goods, okay, 40 minutes away from my house, and shopping for Christmas decorations. And all of a sudden, if you guys know who Jen Davis is, who lives in Dallas, there was like her twin that comes walking by, and I'm staring at her. And I'm like, oh my gosh, there's Jen, like what? And she's in town and she didn't call me. I was about to get upset. So I was like looking at her, and she was so stunning that I was like, look, and she saw me. And I said, I am so sorry. I said, you caught me looking at you. I said, but you're gorgeous. And I said, and I thought you reminded me of my friend Jen. And I said, but look. And so I pulled up a picture of Jen and I. And I said, she actually lives in Dallas. We do business together. I said, and I thought she was in town and didn't call me. So I was about to chew you out, but I'm glad you're not her, but great to meet you. And she said, wow. You know, she is beautiful. I said, well, so are you. And she's like, well, thank you so much. She says, what do y'all do? And I said, well, we have an online health and wellness company. I said that we've partnered up with, and I said, it's been blowing up Texas, but we found this one product. I said, it's called collagen. Do you use collagen? She's like, no. I said, what? I said, you don't use collagen. I was like, hold on. So I opened up my notes on my phone, started going through, this is my girl, this is it. And I started telling her stories like, I can't believe you don't use collagen. I'm like, this stuff is bananas. And she's literally digging in her purse. And I'm like, oh, she's not even paying attention. She's like, here's my business card. Please give me some information. And I said, I absolutely will. Matter of fact, I'll send you a little Facebook group. You can hop in there. It's private. You'll answer a couple questions. They'll let you in. I'm like, but then I'll send you a video. It'll teach you all about the product. I'm like, and girl, I'm telling you right now, if you want to try this stuff, I have a customized cart that I can send you. You get my discount pricing. You get free shipping your first order, and it locks in. It basically like grandfathers in discount deals when you're like a preferred customer. And I'll make sure you get that all locked in. So just, you know, you'll click on the link. You'll see what's there. You'll actually see 2 customer orders in there. It's like, the second one you don't pay for, it's just the first one. I'm like, so just scroll down, put your bank account information up, boom, your product will be on the way. You are literally going to love this stuff, and it's all money got back guaranteed. So you don't get your sexy back, get your money back. She's like, okay. And so I left, I got home. I did what I said I was going to do. Do what you say you're going to do. I've been in a room before where I brought the person that somebody didn't call back. Let that sink in. Okay. And at the end of the day, I've also been the chick in the room that didn't call back the person that somebody else brought. Been there, done that. Don't feel good. So just be that professional. If you tell somebody you're going to call them back, or you get somebody's number and information, you've already done the hard part. Right. So at the end of the day, I texted her, I reached out to her, and I just said, hey, I just want to tell you, it's great to meet you. Like I said, I want to send you this information. She didn't actually hit me. Oh, and I said, and by the way, I actually happen to have an event at my house tomorrow. And it's a sip, sample, and save event. I'd love you to come check it out. You can try the product. And if you come, I'll, let me know if you can come, and I'll get you a goodie bag ready to go. I'll get you a gift. Everybody loves free stuff. Everybody loves gifts, and everybody wants to be cared about. Keep that in mental note. So she texted me back the next day. She was like, listen, you were so fun. Thank you so much for reaching back out. Can you send me the address to the event? You guys, how God works sometimes when you jump out of your comfort zone. is he's already designed the people out there for you to know and to be a part and aligned with you, especially when you pray and ask. I pray every day. God, put the people in my path and give me the courage to jump out when they're there. Let me know, let everything fire up on the inside of my body that I can just make it happen and make it absolutely authentic type connection. You guys, I sent her my address. Y'all, I told y'all we were so far apart in distance, yet she lived 2.8 miles away from my house. She came, we sat around, everybody was sharing their story. And this woman, you guys, began to weep when she started talking about how I jumped out at her at a story. Michelle Stanton can tell you, and Daniela can tell you. I mean, like literally her story was absolutely incredible. And I didn't have any idea the impact that I made on her that night, just from jumping out of my comfort zone and being real and connecting with this woman. She was praying for something. She was having a horrible bad day. She was feeling bad about herself. And she said that and guess what? She's a realtor that literally works in a comp plan, and she sponsors people and she helps them. The more money that they make, the more money that she makes. She basically does what we do, but she doesn't have the community and the love and the support that we have. So that's the one thing that caught her mind. She left, becoming a customer of mine instantly. And you guys, you will know her name. Her name is Jessica Jones. And I told her, I said, I love your name so much. I cannot wait for you to meet my Jessica. My Jessica, you're going to love her. She's a comp plan expert. Anyway, what do? I know my story. I go right into it. And I immediately am connecting. Connect. You guys, all I'm saying here is I know that, we're all in different spots. We're all in different seasons. But the number one thing I will tell you to do is show up. Show up. If you don't do anything else, show up. I tell people all the time, we have a Monday call and we personally have a team call on Tuesday night. I'm like, it's 2 hours of your life to invest in you. Be there. Whatever you can be there. When can you be there? Tell me what works better for you. Ask the right questions. What do you want? Some people might not want to be executive. Some people just may want to get their products paid for every month. Do you know how to tell them what to do? Grab 2 customers each month, right? Like understand the simplicity of how to share this, but be passionate. Trust the process. Don't get overwhelmed. Don't shut down. Don't quit. Don't make those vows that you're going to quit on yourself, because you guys, listen, you haven't even met the best you yet. He's coming. She's on the way. I promise you right now, I tell Lauren and Jessica's story all the time. I'm like, dude, they've been doing this for 9 years. I can even imagine what I'm going to be like in 9 years here. I call everybody backing up the people who I know, who I started talking to in the very beginning. And I'm like, listen, are you sure you don't want to relook at this? I can tell you, I'm telling you, you don't know how many people are underneath you. I'm constantly creating magic to happen in moments, because I believe in people when they don't believe in themselves. And why is that? Because somebody did that for me. And I can tell you right now, I am so thankful and so grateful for the leadership that continues to support the people that can't see it yet. And so there are skills that you can gain and you can grab, but there's a lot that is more caught than taught. And at the end of the day, you're going to catch it when you're around the people. It's the greatest virus ever, as when you can be a beacon of hope and light and love for people, and you can show them the way that you're doing this together. And it's just such a payback. And so I absolutely love Team Win. I love Dreamers in Action. I love everyone. When we were there in Tulum, I was just so thankful, sitting back and going, wow, we've already earned 4 trips. And I was telling my new prospects, I'm like, we're here, but the next one's Fiji. I'm like, Lord, please let me make it to Fiji. At the end of the day, guess what? In my mind, I'm already in Fiji. But at the end of the day, I'm saying to myself, if it's meant to be, it's up to me. What am I going to do daily to stay consistent? How good am I going to be at follow-up? I'm following up on my follow-up, on my follow-up, on my follow-up. And we have to understand that in itself is numbers and a skill. You have to have rhino skin for the nose. You have to be okay with, not being okay sometimes. And you have to just commit to never quit. And that's what I see more than anything, is that people quit on themselves way before they even get started. So if you're here under the sound of my voice, whether you're live or on replay or whatever, just if somebody doesn't believe in you, ignore them. Just get it down deep inside of you that you're going to show them, and then, or invite them to see for themselves. get them connected to the information, show them the radical results, and you yourself catch yourself on fire and watch people watch you burn, and they're going to want to join you. Trust me.
So I love that. And I think that's where we wrap up, guys, is that there's a lot of people who said no to Brandy Brokaw. Moment of silence for people that said no. But what's the greatest? And you may be sitting there and you may have had a lot of people say no, or maybe people started and they didn't continue. And then someone asked me the other day, how do you stop people who doubt? How do you stop them? Guys, do you know how many people said terrible things about me behind my back? Said terrible things to me to my face. Lots of people said no or quit. The greatest neutralizer for that kind of cynicism or doubt or skepticism is your success, your activity, your commitment to do this. And that is the one thing that you see in Brandy, is that the greatest neutralizer to anyone who ever doubted her and anyone who ever was skeptical is that she's going to go out and show them. When you show people, if you quit and you make it what they said true, don't quit. Keep going. Look at Brandy and go, look, she started this industry. I don't even know what this expression means, but I've adopted it, that she had the confidence of a peanut on a high heel shoe. That still bends my mind when she says that, like, what does she mean? But now I know what she means. She had no confidence. Maybe you're that person. If you continue, would you be interested in having a skill set, a posture, a confidence, and an income like Brandy Brokaw? If you continue. If you quit, they're right. If you continue, the peanut on the high heel shoe over time became this high voltage, high watt, highly supported by her incredible husband, Jeff, this powerhouse team. That's what perseverance does. It creates inevitable levels of success, confidence, posture, and language like this. I will tell you, Brandy, you're a blessing. You're married to an incredible blessing. A lot of people know I have a very strong preference and favoritism towards Jeff Brokaw. He's just, if you don't know him, you need to know him. He's remarkable. I love how you work together. I love the value you add to this team. You'll do anything for anyone. We see it all the time. And you're bringing along some of the greatest leaders in this company. Guys, think about this. You could be Brandy Brokaw. You could have team after team, pocket after pocket, hot molecule after hot molecule. You could bring on people like a Christy Roush or Michelle Stanton, and you'll empower them. This is a runaway freight train. It's a train on grease tracks going downhill, but you have to continue, you have to persevere, and you have to commit to just making this your success.
And Jess, I just want to say this one last thing, you guys, like, just when you're speaking about the team that we're surrounded by, and I'm so thankful and grateful for my team. Like, it's not a me, it's a we. This whole entire system is set up for that. And I can tell you, when you can be so busy giving recognition to the people around you, you never even think of it for yourself. And it's such a give. It's such a blessed is the give than it is to receive. And I am so thankful every person that has not even financially connected. And that's what I think we've done well here at Team Win, is that we're not looking if you're on my team, or if you're making me money, or if you're not doing that. Like, we all care so much. And that is priceless. I'm telling you right now, priceless when you can help people see that. And I think, Jessica, I just want to honor you and Lauren. Like, you guys have done a great job from the top to the bottom, teaching that example. And so, and to all the OGs and to all the people that just came in yesterday, it is important that we understand you're not alone. You have what it takes, and you are more than enough to do this. Everybody can do this. And I just believe in all you guys. And I just love y'all. I'm just so grateful and thankful. Isagenix has changed my life. It's changed my life because it's changed my hope in this industry. I was broken very bad. And I can tell you, I am out there trying to rebirth that and restore that and renew that in people. And just thank you that you changed that game for me. Ashley, thank you that you guys flew into my home, and who does that and says, let me show you the way. And we want to extend that to every person out there. Let us show you the way. Don't feel like you're alone. Don't go hide. Don't go run. Just step in and lean in, and everything will change in your life as well.
You are amazing. Guys, a big announcement. Thank you for you guys staying on this call. This Wednesday night, you do not want to miss the corporate call. Major things will be announced, huge things, income changing, in your pocket, bank account kind of information, major things. If you have people who've sidelined from this, they were involved at one time, and maybe this is a time when they're looking for more income, they're going to announce some enormous comp plan enhancements and some reset information and some pool information. You don't want to miss it. This Wednesday night, you'll see it posted in our group. There's events. Tell everyone. Let's pack that line. If you're not able to jump on the Zoom, I think there's the 3,000 spots. If you're not able to join, you need to be on the stream. ICGenX Business, they'll stream it on the Facebook page. But I'm telling you, we are so fired up. There's a reason none of us have taken our foot off the gas, because I'm telling everybody, you got to get in now, because it's about to happen. You could grab it twice. So there's a lot of things going on, but you don't want to miss that Wednesday night, the 15th, that call. It again, Zoom call, corporate, major announcements, ISA body announcements, pool announcements, PIB announcements, reset announcements. You're going to want to be there. I know after Brandy, it's hard to imagine a call that will be as exciting, but this one will get close. I promise you. Brandy, you're a gift to this team and to everybody in this company and this whole industry. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. See you all on Wednesday night, and we'll see you back here again on Monday. Have a great night, guys.